we are going to watch a new analog horror series that has been getting some traction by some people who pay attention to these things, called White Stag Education. Now, I don't know anything about it. All I know is that I've seen prominent horror folks talk about it, or rather, slightly less than prominent. So this is pretty new. Do you watch Nightmind? I do not. However, they might have no, they didn't recommend me White Stag. Can we at least make fun of Cindy Powell first? No, because Salmon Moose just dropped 40 gifted subs. We're gonna watch this, and we're just gonna. Now it's 20 subs if you want to see the other analog horror series, which you will figure out what it is when we watch it. All right, analog horror time, baby. Now, this just says, this is White Stag Education. It's a relatively small YouTube channel. Joined about 2 years ago, an analog horror series created by After 10 Productions. So, and they have a Patreon. That's pretty cool. I don't know anything about it. They have 5 videos. And we're going to watch the White Stag Collection. So, we're going to learn about hiking safety. Presumably. In collaboration with Ocean County Parks and Recreation. Hiking in the New Jersey Pine Barrens can be a wonderful experience, but it is not without its dangers. This tape will teach you the safe methods so you can safely traverse the greatest trails on the East Coast. Safe. Stick to the trails. Oh shit, is this about the New Jersey Devil? It is in New Jersey. When hiking, it is important to stay on the right path. Following trail blazes will ensure you stick to the correct trail and do not get lost. What is a trail blaze? A single rectangle means the path continues straight. What? 2 rectangles forming a left diagonal indicates a left turn. Okay, all I can say is if I was in these woods, I would just, I guess I'll fucking die. I guess I'll just die then. Already, this is my worst nightmare. I'm already lost in the woods. Likewise, 2 rectangles forming a right diagonal indicate a right turn. As of 1968, it is federally mandated that all trails must be blazed. 420, am I right? Do not follow unmarked trails or trails with suspicious markers. What? You will not return. Fuck, dude. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Monka S? Acquire equipment. I mean, that's just good advice for any situation. On a hike, you should be prepared for any obstacle you may face. Use this checklist to acquire everything you need for a safe hike. Hey, Beef Torkunk, where have you been? Safe hiker's checklist. Food, water, hiking boots, weather-appropriate clothing, first aid kit, compass, knife, flashlight. Oh, goddamn! Alright.
Choose the BWA life. The BWA life chose us. Big respect to Salmon Moose. Buoy Ashaka. RAHSPECT.
Okay, well, I guess we're just blowing our load and doing analog horror for the first while here on the show. I, for one, appreciate it. We will get to all of our other regularly scheduled content, but we're starting out strong with analog horror, and thank you so much, Paladin. Holy shit. All right. Did somebody say blowing our load? Yes, I did. And I knew exactly the effect it would have on all of you bottoms in chat. Beef Torkunk, we missed you, though. For real, for real. Also, Paladin, again, thank you so much. And again, Salmon Moose, thank you so goddamn much for making these analog horror segments possible. Here we go. A compass with a map will help when the intended path becomes unclear. You can find a map at your park's visitor center. Okay. Fear the forest. I mean, it's clearly just talking about the dangers wildlife presents. The masked people... Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. The masked people have lived in the Pine Barrens for hundreds of years. Oh dear. An unholy entity holds dominion over the woods. Their obligations augment its strength. Oblations, my bad. If you hear the whistling, you have stumbled upon a false trail. Oh, fuck, dude. Fuck, dude. Technically wildlife? I mean, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Those masked men, freaked me out. They were on screen for all of 2 seconds, and, freaked me out. Evacuate. Oh, what? Stay safe out there. Should we, I mean, I guess we should, because that was freaky as hell. What the hell? Oh, it's one of the masked dudes. Looks like a bird mask, maybe? Evacuate the bowels. It's the only way. White Stag Education, an After 10 production created by Stanley Cutts. Okay, so... Oh, okay, the White Stag is apparently a cryptid or legend of the Pine Barrens, like the Jersey Devil. The white stag is a ghostly image of a stag that leads lost children out of the pine barrens. Well, that makes sense because, as you can tell from the thumbnails, one of these involves children's puppets, so that makes sense. A very pleasant hiking education video. Yeah, Beef Torque Hunk. This is the White Stag Education series. And this video came out, when did this come out? 11 months ago. So this has been kind of brewing over the last year or so. Yeah, we just started. All right. Part 2. This is Christmas Eve Candlelight Service, White Stag Education. Already, this is like up there in terms of like analog horror, like done right. Like the educational video format with like creepy interstitials and like ominous language, and then the kind of like implication of like children being involved and like deities. Is it a series? Yes. Should I make popcorn? You should. And then we'll get to content later. I can't see see like a statue of Jesus Christ anymore without thinking of the Mandela catalog. Christmas Eve Candlelight Service. Hosted by Grandwood Church of the Pine. Presented by Pastor George Robertson. Recorded by Dan Seavey and Luke Bale, which I think Dan Seavey was the videographer of the first of that like forest safety video we just watched. Special thanks, Ida Sampson, Noah Emmers. I wonder if these are like early patrons.
Christmas. Christmas is a time for people to come together. Friends, families, enemies, warring nations.
Lovers.
To celebrate the great gift God has given us this day. His Son, Jesus Christ. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. Our Lord has given us creation and the opportunity to do with it as we wish.
You know, Neuron, you point out like this has right-wing video quality, but like that's the perfect level of video quality, right? Like one of the issues with analog horror is it's hard to make it look as shitty as it needs to in order to look like, you know, look true in that sense, you know, like nail the look of a certain time period, because you can slap on like an effect, but those effects are pretty not convincing on their own. Like there's a certain level of veritas that is being put in here that is, in my opinion, a lot of work.
We have the choice to sin or to be faithful. Our Lord has given us his Son to undo Eve and Adam's original sin. Jesus showed us that even with free will, we can live a life free of sin. Enoch 21:4. There too, I beheld.
Okay, also, just pro tip, if you ever find yourself in a church and you start hearing them preach from the Book of Enoch, One, you're about to hear some crazy shit. Two, frankly, you are likely in some sort of cult church. Like, the Book of Enoch is not an officially recognized part of the Bible. It's not like if someone starts preaching from the Book of Enoch, you've taken a wrong turn. And if you are, gay or trans, you need to like excuse yourself as quietly as possible and get the F out, okay? The Book of Enoch is where, like, I believe the Book of Enoch is where they get the idea of Nephilim from, like the fallen angels who like bred with humans and created giants. Like that's what's in the Book of Enoch, okay? Like it's wild stuff.
7 stars of heaven bound in it together, like great mountains and like a blazing fire. I exclaimed, for what species of crime have they been bound? And why have they been removed to this place? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me and who conducted me, answered, Enoch, wherefore dost thou ask? Wherefore reason with thyself and anxiously inquire? These are those of the stars which have transgressed the commandment of the Most High God, and are here bound until the infinite number of the days of their crimes be completed.
I don't like that we just introduced that passage into the lore of White Stag education.
The basement door is over there.
Yeah, it's part of the Christian Apocrypha. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, Stadman.
Holy shit!
Be quiet. This will only take a second.
Shit! Fuck! Jesus Christ! Fuck! 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 Holy shit!
So, we know a couple of things, right? We know this happened on Christmas Eve, presumably, given the title of the video, and at night, because it's during a candlelight service, and likely in the church basement. And they had an unknown creature down there in chains, and they went down there to kill it specifically. But we don't know why or what it is. Right. And we know that Dan Seavey was the one who tried to kill it, and who then ran away after his friend Luke, presumably mauled to death by that creature. Okay, now we have Intuitane product information video. Health warning. The following informational video was not produced by White Stag Education. We have redistributed this video for educational purposes only. The use of the Intuitane domestic pill and similar products is highly discouraged. Thank you for your cooperation. The Ratma segment of VHS 94 is so good. Damn, they actually gave you enough time to read that? Okay. Good job, White Stag Education. Over the past 7 years, Genesis Technologies has been developing a drug that heightens the accuracy of human foresight. This drug has been named Intuitane. This informational video will analyze some of the tests and trials run by the Genesis Technologies and disclose potential side effects of the Intuitane domestic pill. Test 1. Mouse and Pitfall Maze. Test 1. 2 groups of 25 laboratory mice were placed in a pitfall maze with a piece of cheese on the opposite end. The mice in Group 2 were each given a 50 milligram dose of Intuitane, while Group 1 acted as the control group. Test 1. Mouse and Pitfall Maze. Group 1. In the first group, 0 of the 25 mice successfully reached the cheese, the other end of the maze. Oh. It also... Oh. I'm hoping that you know what, we're gonna assume that the pitfall traps for these mice were humane. They just fell into a little hole, and then they were collected, and weren't murdered. Okay. We observed that the controlled mice preferred to take a direct route to the cheese and not make unnecessary turns, therefore falling victim to the pitfalls. Group 2. In the second group, 19 of the 25 mice successfully reached the cheese at the other end of the maze, making for a 76% success rate. Mice in the Intuitane group made turns to avoid the pitfalls, even though the route was indirect. Conclusion. Mice in Group 1 followed their natural instinct to take the most direct route possible, leading them into the pitfalls. The 50 milligram dose of Intuitane allowed the mice in Group 2 to go against their natural instinct and reach the end of the pitfall maze. They gave mice spidey sense? Yeah, it kind of seems like that. Test 2. Human and stoplight. Oh no. 2 groups of 25 human test subjects were sat in front of a stoplight. Group 1 acted as the control group, while the test subjects in Group 2 were each given a 200 milligram dose of Intuitane. Hello, Penny. The test subjects were asked to verbally guess which color the stoplight would glow at random, and the accuracy of their guesses was recorded. Is this analog horror? Yes. Group 1. Out of 250 total guesses, Group 1 made 79 correct guesses, making for an approximated 31.6% correct rate. This is close to the expected 33.3% correct rate. Group 2. Out of 250 total guesses, Group 2 made 250 correct guesses, making for a correct rate of 100%. That's pretty good. Hopefully they didn't they didn't throw the people into punji traps. Conclusion. Test subjects in Group 1 relied solely on chance to predict what color the stoplight would glow. while the intuition of the test subjects in Group 2 was heightened by Intuitane, allowing them to predict correctly every time. Potential side effects. Totally normal, I bet. Users of Intuitane domestic pill have reported having more vivid and lifelike dreams while asleep. These dreams can cause paranoid tendencies and insomnia. Genesis Technologies believes that the following two dreams are caused by Intuitane's stimulation of the subconscious mind and may possibly depict future events. This is Margaret Pendleton's dream. Margaret's dream was about a never-before-televised puppet show featuring 4 colorful puppets and a park ranger. She said the puppet she illustrated was named Rex. Margaret stated that while in the dream, she felt like she had seen the program 100 times before, despite it never existing.
I found the ultimate special tree.
Thank you for the $5 dono. We'll look at it after this. Henry Ledger's dream. The Uchronian, I am. In Henry's dream, he witnessed a meteor falling towards Earth. He watched the meteor crash near his home in Barnegat Township, New Jersey. Henry's dream has helped Genesis Technologies discover a new comet now named Ledger's Comet. Oh dear. The mask people. Daniel Carpenter's dream. Like 4 different masks? In Daniel's dream, he was standing in front of a group of masked humanoids. He recalled an immense amount of heat emanating from the large hole they surrounded. Daniel transcribed this melody, which he heard in his dream. Three days after his dream, Daniel had a violent encounter with 3 of the masked humanoids from his dream. However, he did not come across the large hole in the ground. Wait a minute. Okay, but it's not Dan Seavey. It's Dan Carpenter. My ability to read music is not as good as it once was. The hole in the ground. Hey, Berserk. How you doing? Thank you for watching the Intuitane product information video. Also, this is a very special tree. I don't know that it'll take you to other dimensions, but it does look like a special tree. And yeah, I really like, for those of you asking, I do really, really like horror. Like, as a genre, I find it very interesting. And analog horror, I think, is very interesting for a number of reasons. One, because I can stream it and react to it here with you guys. And two, because it's released episodically. It's kind of like more of a grassroots type of horror. It's very reactive to things happening in like our social spaces online. And also, there's like a level of production quality, like the level of and budgets that are the budgets that are being worked with in these are like shoestring, like beyond shoestring, like nothing, you know? And it's really cool to see what people are doing with basically no budget whatsoever. You know, the analog horror is basically no budget horror. I mean, like what Kane Pixels was able to do with like next to nothing. And like, sure, some of these outfits get Patreons, but even then they're working with like hundreds or like a couple $1,000 maybe. And then that's it. And then there is like another layer to it, which is kind of like the collaborative gamification of the horror project in general, which makes it fun to piece together what's happening. It's like a narrative puzzle, and you know, and I have a degree in English literature, and narrative puzzles are very fun for me. So that's I like it. Okay, now we're on Stranger Danger Puppet Show. White Stag Education. Forest Friends, Stranger Danger Special, created by Luke Bale and Dan Seavey. Oh, poor Luke.
Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. I'm Rex. What's your name? Nice to meet you.
Don't tell it your name,
chat.
chat.
Wait to tell all the other forest friends about you. My new friend. Say, would you like to come camping with us? You would? Great! There's gonna
It is especially chilling to see like a sad statuette of a sad child, and then like a creepy black and white photo of a child behind him.
Lots of fun activities like
Oh, they're making a
hiking
Back
and
Blues movie.
fishing, and you'll even get to meet Ranger Luke. Oh no, that reminds me, I have to get packed. I'll be right back. All right, I don't need this. This could be useful, but no. This doesn't seem good to go camping with. I don't really like
what the heck is happening here? You know, what the heck is this?
this thing. Oh, bananas are weird. Oh.
Rex, it's me, Anna! Huh? Where's Rex? Wait, who are you? I've never met you before.
All right, I'm ready to go camping. Oh, hey, Anna. Meet my new friend.
New friend? Rex, how do you know they're not a stranger?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they are a stranger. But how can we know for sure?
Let's go ask Ranger Luke. He knows everything about stranger danger.
You're right. Come on, let's go camping.
I don't know how I feel about this. It's Ranger Luke.
Ranger Luke, Rex and I are here.
guys.
Oh wait, is this Luke? Do we know that Luke is this the guy that got mauled by the unknown creature?
Hi, Ranger Luke.
Oh.
You guys are just in time to set up camp.
Anna and I have a very important question.
Alrighty, Rex. What is it?
I met someone new today, and they seem really nice and great, but I don't know if they're a stranger or not.
Well, they certainly don't look like a stranger to me. Hi, I'm Ranger Luke. It's a pleasure to meet
In my head, this is what Entrama looks like. I know it's not what he looks like because I've seen him, but in my heart, this is Entrama.
you.
Yay! What a relief!
Yeah, I'm so
Chat mod
glad that I
Entrama.
found an honest and true friend like you, and not a stranger.
Say, do you guys remember the ways to spot a stranger?
Well,
Not really.
That's alright. We'll learn together with our new friend.
yay!
Yay!
Remember that story from way back when? If you can't recall, let me tell it again. This is the story of Little Red, who went to visit Granny who was sick in her bed. She stayed focused while walking the trails. She checked every place, every single detail. Stranger danger when they lurk around. Tell the park ranger. Stranger danger, don't trust the big bad wolf. Into the woods and through the trees, Red stuck to her path, nothing else to see. The sun was going down and she was almost there. She heard the birds sing, but there were none in the air.
Oh shit.
She stayed quiet, not making a sound. She was on the wrong path, so she turned around. Stranger danger when they are around. Tell the park ranger. Stranger danger, don't trust the big bad wolf. Little Red arrived with her basket of bread. There was no sweet Granny lying sick in her bed. It was too late, Granny locked the door. Red saw her face, it wasn't her. Trust the big bad wolf.
Well,
Don't
I didn't
trust
like that.
the big bad wolf. Don't trust the big bad wolf.
Just stay out of New Jersey. That's the solution. Just, glass New Jersey from orbit, okay? Like, that's the safest thing to do for everybody involved.
This hike is so
Hey, more
much
feels and
fun,
folly.
Gleason.
I agree, Oswald. But I'm exhausted from all this walking. Hey, do you know where we are?
The oldest tree in the forest should be coming up soon.
Well, how do you know that, Oswald?
Oldest
I feel
tree
like
in the
we've been
forest.
walking forever.
Well, Gleason, we've been following the trailblazers, so we'll be okay.
Oh no, oh no, oh no! We forgot to use a map! Are we on a...
Falls, trail. It's okay. Do you hear the melody? That means the strangers aren't hunting. Well, as long as we stand still and be quiet, we'll be okay.
Hello, and welcome to Mr. Gungus's Game of the Day. Today,
Hey, Mr.
we are going to be
Gungus.
playing Spot the Stranger. Come on, let's go.
Spot the stranger. There he is. I got him right away. I'm real good at this game. All y'all are chumps. I'm gonna be Mr. Gungus's favorite. There he is! Can you spot the adversary? What? It writhes beneath the...
Thank you for...
Wait a minute. What was that? You can't just flash that on screen for a millisecond and ask me to not look at it. The burning swords protect us. Okay, so this is all like the Book of Enoch happened, but it all happened in New Jersey. This is great.
Thank you for playing Mr. Gungus's Game of the Day. See you next time.
You're welcome, Mr. Gungus.
The sun's set, the day is old.
But we can't rest until our stories are told.
Now's the time of the night where we gather around the campfire and talk about everything we did today. So, Rex and Anna, what did you guys do today?
Oh! Today, we went fishing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I caught a whole lot of fish today. I think I caught the most.
You may have caught the most, but I caught the biggest fish.
Yeah, right.
Well, what kinds of fish did you find?
We caught some black-banded sunfish, creek chub suckers, and even largemouth bass.
We would have caught more, but we ran out of worms.
Well,
Wait, what was that about? Did he say chub suckers? That can't be right. Dear God. Yep. That's what he said.
Banded sunfish, creek chub suckers, and even largemouth bass.
Chat, can we just talk about how at some point people were going around naming fish and there was just one really horny fish guy? Just one really horny fish guy? Can we talk about that for a minute? One really horny fish guy who looked at this new fish that no one had ever named before in official English taxonomy, and he said, "What that mouth do?" All right. Anyway, moving on.
We would have caught more, but we ran out of worms.
They were a real fish?
well, that sounds like a whole lot of
Oh, he was real horny.
fun, even if you did run out of worms.
Yeah, we'll definitely remember to pack more for next time.
Gleason and Oswald, what did you guys do today?
We went hiking. Yeah.
Well, that didn't sound too enthusiastic. Did you guys have fun?
Well...
We were trying to find the oldest tree in the forest, but we got lost.
And before we even knew it, it was too late. We heard the strangers whistling.
What did it sound like?
It was a song.
And what did you do?
We stopped, stayed quiet, and when we couldn't hear the song anymore, we turned around.
Great job, Gleason and Oswald. Now, what would you have done if it wasn't a song they were whistling?
We would have closed our eyes and ran away.
Great job!
Hooray!
Always remember, strangers have no regard for your well-being. They aren't like us. Do not follow them into the woods, no matter how friendly they look. See you on another episode of
Forest Friends!
Jesus.
All living things bound by a string.
In memory of the Grandwood Four, Ryan, Rex, Michaels. Oh no! Are these actual children who've gone missing in the woods? No!
Summer to fall, winter to spring, we all sing in chorus the song of the forest.
Oh,
till
no.
heaven comes.
Wait, Anna Carpenter? In the previous video, wasn't there another Carpenter? In is it this one? Yeah, this was Daniel Carpenter's dream. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that Anna Carpenter is related to Dan Carpenter. And then, just to see here, we got Ryan Michaels, Samuel Gleason. Gleason is also ringing a bell? Did we see another Gleason? Was it in this video? No, Dan Seavey and Luke Bale. Okay.
Winter to spring.
Oh no, these aren't real kids who went missing. I mean, like in the narrative of White Stag Education, these are children within this narrative, not in real life, but in this narrative, who have gone missing in these woods.
We all sing in chorus the song of the forest till heaven comes.
Wait, I do want to see one thing here. Henry Ledger and Margaret Pendleton. Okay. Oop. Mr. Gungus. Okay, and I think we have one more. Grandwood Park Ranger Training. Oh, this is gonna be really messed up, isn't it?
Congratulations
Good night, Mithril
on being
Mist.
accepted into the Grandwood Park Ranger program. You're on your way to fulfilling one of the most important niches in the New Jersey Pine Barrens ecosystem. However, there are still a few more basics you'll need to learn before you...
Oh, 1 second, chat. Gotta take a call. The final episode that, as of now, White Stag Education. So prepare yourselves. This is Grandwood Park Ranger Training. And as we know, 4 children went missing in these woods. Ba-ba-ba.
Congratulations on being accepted into the Grandwood Park Ranger program. You're on your way to fulfilling one of the most important niches in the New Jersey Pine Barrens ecosystem. However, there are still a few more basics you'll need
It's
to learn
slightly scary, Lady
before you
Ringcloud,
head out onto
so
the
far.
field. Meet Ranger Craig. He's a new ranger here just like you.
Hey, Ranger Craig.
He's eager to protect and preserve.
But what happened to Ranger Luke?
What? Wait, Craig. I have to tell you some things before you begin.
Sabala Angeli. You may now choose to resign and leave the Grandwood Ranger program or continue with your training. If you choose to resign, notify your training supervisor immediately. You cannot resign later. The contents of this tape are highly confidential. This is your final warning. One, environmentally sensitive and unsafe areas.
Just like any normal park ranger, you'll be given an assigned area to monitor. Your duty, above all else, is to protect park guests from any and all threats. While on patrol, you will notice trails without correct blazing or proper documentation on your map. These false trails lead to Inner Grandwood. If you find a false trail not yet marked with a red triangle on your master map, take note of its approximate location and report it later. Visitors are prohibited from walking all false trails. If you see a visitor veering onto a false trail, kindly ask them to return to the marked trails. If they refuse to acknowledge the question,
Jesus,
do not hesitate to aggress. If you find a trail marker with no correlating mark on your master map, scrub the blaze off with a sponge and mineral spirits. Then, dry it with a clean cloth. This is a false trail. Make sure it is marked accordingly.
Two, tempting sights and sounds.
Guests come to Grandwood National Park to experience the best trails the Pine Barrens have to offer. There are many species of birds native to the park, making it a hot spot for bird watchers and ornithologists across the globe. Unfortunately, visitors oftentimes fall victim to clever imitation. Strangers are bipedal organisms that live in the park. They produce a whistling tone that sounds similar to birdsong. There are 2 known whistling patterns strangers demonstrate. A distinct melodic pattern signifies a feeding gambit is underway. A feeding gambit poses no immediate threat to trail-abiding visitors, but may lead them into unsafe territory. If you see park guests entranced by the stranger's song, kindly remind them to stay on the marked trails. Investigation of the feeding gambit is unnecessary and not worth the risk.
The feeding gambit, yeah. 3. When safe areas become unsafe.
Sometimes, your designated area will fall victim to a hunting gambit. A hunting gambit on a marked trail is an uncommon act of desperation, but is still important to prepare for. You'll know a hunting gambit is in progress by the stranger's erratic whistling pattern. This whistling is how they communicate. Refer to your handbook for more information regarding how to further decipher stranger whistling patterns. During a hunting gambit, urge all nearby park visitors to close their eyes and run in the direction of your voice toward the start of the trail. Report the active hunting gambit to Grandwood National Park headquarters via your handheld radio. A siren will sound to alert all other park rangers to evacuate their designated areas. If you hear the siren, lead all visitors back to the park entrance, where a head count will take place. Once the head count has concluded, all park rangers will be dispatched to search for any unaccounted for visitors and to subdue the active hunting gambit.
Four. Subduing a hunting gambit.
After dispersing, you will return to your designated area to subdue the hunting gambit and search for any unaccounted for visitors. It is unlikely you will recover any bodies. Strangers will not retreat unless enough sustenance is gathered or a majority of the advancing strangers are subdued.
Oh, I don't like that. I do not like that. Oh, poor Ranger Craig.
Strangers hunt in packs, so attempting to flee is futile.
Was that the campsite from the Forest Friends video? Ex-Ranger Craig. Yeah.
When you encounter a stranger, do not hesitate to aggress. Do not cease fire, no matter how human their cries sound. They have surrendered their body to the forest, and you are doing them a service by freeing their soul.
Reload, Craig! Reload! It's not the only stranger out there, Craig. Craig did go in for the double tap, though.
Should feel no guilt. Congratulations! This concludes the Grandwood
Yeah!
Park Ranger training video. You will now be led to the physical training course, where you will be put to the test. Being a ranger here at Grandwood is a job unlike any other, and we're thrilled to have you on our side. I'm Ranger Dan.
And I'm Ranger Luke.
Ranger Luke!
Stay safe out there!
Oh, Ranger Luke is Stanley Kutz. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Ranger Luke's still alive, everybody. This is really promising. So this is the last video that they have out at the moment. And this was released about 2 weeks ago. So that's pretty cool. I think we're going to be getting more videos from the White Stag education. Let's kind of summarize what we know, right? What we know so far is that Luke, Ranger Luke, appears to have perished while attacked by some kind of creature. Maybe do not go on unmarked trails. Obviously, you know, that's a big no-brainer. I think that given what we know right now, I think what we can assume happened on Christmas Eve was these park rangers, Dan, Luke, and Craig, managed to capture one of these strangers. And they went down to try and kill it in the basement, but it broke free and killed Ranger Luke. How did the 4 children go missing? Well, so there are a number of ways that seem like you can go missing in this park, right? Which include wandering off of trails, being hunted by strangers, as well as, or they captured the adversary. I don't think we've seen the adversary yet. Outside of that the adversary has been alluded to. I don't think, whatever the adversary is, seems like a bigger deal than what you could chain in a church basement. Yeah, they might have interrupted a feeding gambit. And given that there was a name for them, you know, the Grandwood 4, seems like they probably all went missing around about the same time. And given that they all seem to be around, like, you know, young school age, maybe they were on a field trip in the woods, got separated, turned around in the woods, and abducted. Did I see your link about the Backrooms movie? Well, yeah, we've talked about that before. Kane Pixels has been working with Hollywood to get a Backrooms movie made. Maybe the adversary is a reference to Satan. So, yes, but not in the way you might expect. I think that it is a reference to the New Jersey Devil. And in this formulation of the New Jersey Devil is the actual devil. And therefore, due to like all the Christian imagery and the evocation of the Book of Enoch, probably the New Jersey Devil is some sort of snake-like creature. Hey, Vevova. Felt like a Wendigo-style creature as well. The strangers, I mean. Yeah, so I think that there are at least 2 different types of creatures. We have the stranger, we have the adversary, but I think we have something else as well. Remember, there was a dream about a meteor, and the strangers seemingly congregating around a meteor, worshipping it, or the implication is that they're worshipping it. And there has been some imagery around holes in the ground, or warm holes in the ground. And I think that that is from a comet striking the Earth. And I think something's in that comet. So the implication is something in that comet is, you know, to some extent being perceived as divine, being worshipped, and it is in turn bestowing some sort of power upon its worshippers. And it could be that that power is in some way related to the product we saw getting sold, the Intuitane. Because we haven't really talked that much about the Intuitane and what that could be. And that's clearly not something from the meteor, because the Intuitane trials predate the meteor. Did we get evidence on what's under the masks? Nope. We did not. The implication is that the strangers are human beings who have given themselves over to the forest. Now, what exactly that means, I don't know, but it does seem to revolve around worshiping this comet or meteor, and in exchange kind of becoming, I mean, maybe they are feeding it to some degree, like they're going out and feeding whatever it is this is, and it grants them some sort of power or ability to better feed it. I don't know. All I'm saying is that there seem to be a lot of like loose ends right now, and that leads me to the conclusion that this is probably still ongoing. So I think y'all should get excited for more of this in the future. And I, for one, am very excited to have explored it with you.